Two flawed teams, two different paths to survival. One night in Seattle that ends a World Cup dream. Belgium topped their group, without winning either of their first two games. Senegal lost their first two games, and still made it through. Tonight, one of these sides gets sent home. The other lives to fight another round. This is Belgium versus Senegal, and I don't think either team wants to admit how nervous they should be. How they got here: Belgium. Golden generation, rusty form. Let's talk about Belgium first, because their group stage tells you almost everything you need to know about this team's psychology heading into tonight. They opened with a draw against Egypt, then another draw, this time against Iran. 2 matches, 0 wins, and alarm bells ringing across Belgian football media. This was supposed to be a team built around the last embers of a golden generation: Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, players who were supposed to be delivering statement wins, not stumbling through 1-1 scorelines. Then, on matchday 3, everything clicked. Belgium put 5 goals past New Zealand. Leandro Trossard scored twice. De Bruyne got on the scoresheet. For 90 minutes, this looked like the Belgium everyone expected at the start of the tournament. But here's the uncomfortable question hanging over this Belgian squad. Was that performance real? Or was it just New Zealand being New Zealand? Because in becoming the first European team since England in 1990 to win their group without winning either of their first 2 matches, Belgium has shown us a team capable of brilliance, but also a team that can go missing for entire matches at a time. Senegal, written off, then reborn. Now Senegal's story. If Belgium's group stage was inconsistent, Senegal's was borderline chaotic. They lost to France, then they lost to Norway. 2 matches into the tournament, Senegal, the Africa Cup of Nations champions, a team many expected to make a deep run, were staring down elimination. They needed a win against Iraq on the final match day, and nothing less, just to keep their World Cup alive. What happened next was one of the moments of the group stage. Iraq had a man sent off in just the 13th minute. Senegal smelled blood. By full time, it was 5-0. The first time in World Cup history an African nation had scored 5 goals in a single match. Sadio Mane didn't even need to get on the scoresheet. Substitute Pape Gueye came off the bench and scored twice himself. That result didn't just save Senegal's tournament. It made them the only third-place team in the entire competition to advance with just 3 points. Proof that when this team is switched on, they can be devastating. So here's where we stand. A Belgian team searching for consistency, and a Senegalese team that has already proven it can produce moments of brilliance when its back is against the wall. Tonight in Seattle, both of those identities collide. The storylines that will decide this match 1. Belgium's striker puzzle. This might be the single biggest tactical question of the match. Belgium has 2 very different versions of themselves depending on who leads the line. With Charles de Ketelaere playing as a false 9, dropping deep, linking play but rarely threatening the box directly, Belgium can look strangely toothless, like a team with all the midfield craft in the world and nowhere to send it. But when Romelu Lukaku is on the pitch making genuine center-forward runs, stretching defenses and giving De Bruyne an actual target to aim for, Belgium transforms. Lukaku already has more World Cup goal involvements than any Belgian player since 1966. If Rudy Garcia turns to Lukaku early, or even brings him off the bench at the right moment, it could be the difference maker. 2. Senegal's pace problem. For Belgium, Sadio Mane, Ismaïla Sarr, Iliman Ndiaye, Nicholas Jackson. This is a frighteningly fast Senegalese attacking unit, and speed is exactly the kind of weapon that exposes an aging Belgian backline. Senegal aren't at their best patiently building attacks. They're at their best running in behind, exploiting exactly the kind of gaps that tired legs and slow recovery runs create late in matches. If this game opens up, and it very likely will, Senegal's front line has the tools to punish every mistake. 3. The goalkeeper question. Senegal's first-choice keeper, Edouard Mendy, has been managing a knee issue that kept him out of the crucial Iraq match. He's expected to be fit enough to start tonight, but fit enough to start and fully sharp are 2 very different things in a knockout match with this much on the line. Any hesitation, any rust, and Belgium's attackers will be waiting. 4. Goals feel almost guaranteed. Let's talk numbers for a second because they tell a clear story. Senegal's 3 group games produced 14 goals combined. Only Norway scored more goals during the entire group phase. Meanwhile, Belgium racked up more shots than any other team in the group stage. Neither defense has looked convincing for 90 consecutive minutes at any point in this tournament. If you're watching tonight for a cagey defensive 0-0 chess match, you're probably watching the wrong game. Predicted lineups: Belgium, 4-2-3-1. Courtois, Castagne, Theate, Michele, De Kuyper, Vanaken, Tielemans, Trossard, De Bruyne, Doku, De Ketelaere, with Lukaku waiting as a potential game-changing substitute. Senegal, 4-3-3. Mendy, Diatta, Sek, Niakate, Jacobs, Ismaila Gueye, Pape Gueye, Kamara, Sarr, Jackson, Mané. The prediction. Alright, here's where I have to commit. Belgium has more individual class on paper. De Bruyne is still one of the best playmakers left in this tournament, and Lukaku gives them a genuine X-factor off the bench. If this were a neutral training ground exercise, you'd probably back the more talented squad. But World Cups aren't won on paper. They're won by whichever team brings the right emotional edge at the right moment. And right now, Senegal has that edge. This is a team that has already stared down elimination once and answered emphatically. That kind of resilience doesn't just disappear. Meanwhile, Belgium's golden generation has a well-documented history of flattering to deceive on the biggest stages. 3 straight tournaments now, where the promise hasn't fully matched the result. I think Senegal's pace punishes Belgium's backline at least twice tonight. I think Mané or Sarr finds the space this Belgian defense has been leaking all tournament. And I think, even if Belgium responds through De Bruyne or Lukaku, it won't be enough to hold Senegal off. My prediction, Senegal 2-1 Belgium. The Lions of Teranga complete the upset, and Belgium's golden generation runs out of World Cups. That's our full breakdown of Belgium versus Senegal. I'm calling it Senegal 2-1. Bold prediction, but I think this Belgian team is more fragile than the group table suggests. Drop your score prediction in the comments before kickoff. I want to see how many of you agree with me. And subscribe, because the second this final whistle blows, we'll be right back here with the full recap. See you next match.